Okay, this is your boy King David Ingleis Music, and of course I'm still working on this song here, and there's so many things that can be shared when you're working on a production, so that it kind of dawned on me that it would be endless. I'll be here for a lifetime sharing tips, tricks, ideas, theories, and practices with you guys. So I hope that you're going to be around for the next 150 years, because I'll be giving you tutorials well after that. All right, now, so here's the deal. What I'm trying to do is accent different words. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve that. I have a vocal line. All right, I have my first part of the verse. You might have heard it on a previous short tutorial. Now I have a second part of the verse, and it sounds like this. I already like your loving. I love the way you feel. Okay, so if I want to use that, I can clean that up in so many different ways. I can go back into the actual file and pick different files. In other words, I'm using that same method that I taught you on the last tutorial, where I can pick and choose different takes. So I'm using that same method, and I have to find takes that agree with each other. I already like your loving. I love the way you feel. All right, I like that one. I already like your loving. I love the way you feel. All right, so what I'm doing is picking all these performances that I like, and they go well together. So once I pick those, then I can decide how do I want this part to go into the song. Your loving. All right, let me pick a couple other ones. I already like your loving. I love the way you feel. I like that. Let me see if I can find another one. Finish speaking. Okay. I already like your loving. I like the way you feel. All right, so I'm going to keep the performance that I have, and I'm going to go back into that performance. But now I want to accent certain words. Now this becomes a little tricky. It's not a hard thing to do, but it's just a delicate thing to do. Here's what the deal is. The line is, I already like your loving. Already like your loving. So let's just break it down. Let's start with I already. You can see on the screen that the I is so small compared to the rest of the audio here. So what we're going to have is that word I is going to get lost in the mix. So what we can do here is we can just highlight I. We can make it very big and just highlight it and just snap to that area. And we can see how there is a discrepancy between the two. So we have two different volumes. All right, so first thing I would do is highlight just both of them, and then up the volume again. I might want to zoom out so I can compare my volume to the main volumes here, so I don't get too out of whack. All right, let's try that again. Highlight it. Again, I zoomed in just so you can see what audio I'm working on, and I'm going to highlight it so it matches the other audio. Now, all I have to be concerned with is the most loud. So in other words, my right side is going to be louder than my left, right? So I want to match my right side with the rest of the audio. All right? Then what I want to do is come up here to my left side and then match the left side to the right side. Just visually. So I don't have to do it with any metering or anything. If I wanted to get technical and do some metering, I can do that. So I could highlight that and hit play. And I could see exactly where that meter hit. It hit at -18. I could even go and set it so that it leaves markers there to show me exactly where it is. Okay, I could always do that. Or I can hit my static peaks, and it will leave a marker there and show me what the difference is between my left and my right. Right there I can see that it's only about 1 decibel, right? Difference. So now I can, whatever change that I make here, if I made 3 decibels up, I know that if this is smaller, I have to go 4 decibels. You understand what I'm saying? So that's scientific way. I'm not a scientific type person, except in some areas I am, but I like to be more creative, so I'll go ahead and use more of a, a right brain approach, where I am actually using my own ears to decide what sounds good to me. Because sometimes a little variance is good. There's such a thing as having things too perfect. All right. It's usually the imperfections that make the quality of the music. It's not the perfections. All right, so here we go. Now, so we've got that louder. Now we can go listen through and find out if there's any other parts that need to be accented through volume. Watch this.
Already like your loving.
All right, word like.
Like your, like.
All right, so I'm going to isolate that. I'm going to find out where the L kicks in. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. That might have been too much of a zoom, so I'm going to come out a little bit.
Like your, like.
All right.
Like your, like your, like your, like your, like your.
All right, I'm finding it, and then once I get right in the place where I think I can accent that.
Like your, like your.
All right, I found like. So now I'm just going to highlight that area. All right, and then I'll blow up that volume just a little bit. Bam. Now play it back.
Like your loving. Like your love.
You can hear the word like comes out a lot more clearly. It's just going to add accent and clarity to your vocal line. All right.
Your loving.
All right, loving could come out.
Loving. I love loving. Loving. Loving.
All right, so we can find where that line starts.
Loving. Loving.
It's very important that you get the phrase, the complete phrase, so you're getting the L.
Loving. Loving. Love.
All right, let's highlight that L. Let's bring that volume out.
Loving.
All right, good. Let's get that VIN on the end of love in. Just a little bit. These are all subtle changes, but you'll see exactly how they make your music stand out.
Your loving.
Beautiful. Okay, let's listen to the rest of the line.
I love the way.
Those L's are really, really not as powerful as I would like them to be.
Love the way. Love, 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 love.
All right. Maybe I have an L issue. Maybe I have an issue with the word love.
I love the way you.
So I do it on the word like too.
Way you feel. Way.
And I do it with F.
Feel.
All right. So I can go ahead and accent different parts of my lines to bring out the phonetics. All right. Now listen to the whole line.
I already like your loving. I love the way you feel.
I love the way you feel.
Love the way you.
All right. The needs to come out.
Love the way you.
You see how?
Way you.
These are all little things that can make your production change to a higher quality.
Way.
All right. Let's go ahead and find the.
Way.
And it's really a ghost note, as they call in music. Love the way you feel. So it's intended to be light, but it was just a little too light.
Love the way you feel.
All right, I brought that out. Let's play the whole line one more time. Let's put it with some music. How about that? All right, here we go. First verse is going to play, and then I'll go ahead and play that together. Here's the second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you can't hear it, what I'm going to do is normalize it so that you can hear it a little bit more clearly. I'll go ahead and normalize the whole wave. Just go to my effects, amplitude, compression. I'm working in Adobe Audition for those who don't know what program this is. I'm going to hit normalize. What normalize will do is maximize my volume without any distortion, all the way to 100%. So now I've got a louder, it's louder.
I already like your loving. I love the way you feel.
Okay, now let's add that with the music playing and see how that works. But this time I'm not going to play the whole first verse. Here we go. One, two, three.
I already like your loving. I love the way you feel.
Okay, so that's how you can accent your lines, and that's how you can make your vocal lines a lot more clear through using volumes. I also added that on top of the other lesson, which was how to take multiple takes and then audition different takes and put them together for a perfect performance. And there'll be more lessons on this particular track. Obviously, by the time I'm done, I'll have a whole complete track. There's a lot of other lessons within this song that I want to share with you, so stay tuned, come back. Definitely go over to beatclass.com and pick up a tutorial that will help you. We've got a lot of new ones. We've got over 500 tutorials in our library, all in all. Not all of them are on the website. Some of them are on guardiac.com. Some of them are in the membership programs that you have to join. And they give you a bird's eye view and also a relationship with me in which I become your mentor and help you grow as not just a music producer, but as a musician. That's very important. And we learn everything from songwriting to note scales, the whole 9 yards, software. We actually create producers that are bigger than the software. So in other words, the software becomes a small little tool in your hand rather than the ticket to you becoming a producer. So you actually learn really the right way to become a music producer, and you learn it quickly without a lot of wasted time, and also in a way that's easy to understand. And it's super affordable. So I'll see you over at beatclass.com and guardiac.com. And this is King David for David and Goliath Music. Have a great day. One love. Peace.